calculation problem in your sample exam deals with the energy equation. Part A is simply mass conservation and should be relatively simple. For parts B and C, you will use the energy equation shown here and simplify it to meet your needs. The points that you should choose for these two parts are taking A at the water level surface and B at the nozzle. In part D, you need to choose A in the tank of water above the turbine and B in the pipe just before the water goes through the turbine. In problem 2, you'll take a look at momentum flux. In this slightly more complicated problem, a weir controls flow between an upstream section and a downstream section. The first step to solving this problem is correctly delineating your control volume. Make sure to include not only the weir, but portions of the water upstream and downstream to allow flow time to regularize. Here's your governing equation. Remember that the sum of forces equals the momentum flux through the control volume. Your velocity terms will differ in that the velocity upstream is a function of depth z, while the velocity downstream is a function of horizontal distance y. And here is your force term. You only have 4 forces to account for: the pressure forces upstream and downstream, the frictional force along the bottom of the channel, and the anchoring force of the weir. Remember to multiply your frictional force by the cosine of 10 degrees to take into account the channel slope. Finally, remember that your pressure forces, you'll have to use the integral method to solve for them, because density changes with depth.